With Legacy, it is a much more unforgiving format to make mistakes in, so you'll see better players rise to the top more often than not.
Alex, his name may be familiar to you just because of his appearance on the, I believe it was the U.S. I was going to say U.S. national team, but I guess it was the World Magic Cup.
The World Magic Cup, yes. Can't be a slouch to get into that. All right, turn 1, Zenith for 0. What's that going to get? There's only one thing.
There can only be one. It's not Commander. It's not Highlander, Elder Dragon Highlander.
It's only one.
It's Dryad Arbor.
We look like we're shortcutting here. Looks like we're doing two things simultaneously, which is fine. Especially the more casual you are with this, just gotta make sure you keep the play tight. Don't get sloppy here.
Those are the new Vampire sleeves from
here's
Liz
the Divine
Nugent,
Top.
by the way.
So Divine Top's out already. So if Jeff were to have a Chalice, he can't stop that, but I don't think he'll mind shutting down everything else here.
Yeah, you know what he can do is he can shut off the avenue of flipping top because it's not going to be able to be replayed.
Right,
That's
absolutely.
something to keep in mind.
I think he has a Dark Confidant in his hand.
He does have Dark Confidant. He's got Devastating Dreams. I believe he's also got Caracas.
All right, he attacks for 1 here. He's going to play Dark Confidant. Oh, he doesn't have a black.
No, he does not.
Oh, so Jeff's hand is a lot worse than I thought.
It is a Caracas in his hand.
Yeah, he has Crocus and he has Devastating Dreams, so his hand's pretty bad here.
He's laughing about something.
Yeah, I would be crying right now, not being able to play that Dark Confidant here.
So top spun at the end of turn, and then Alex just plays Flooded Strand and passes back. And
Jeff's deck's the aggro deck here. He can't afford to play Draw Go with a Miracle deck.
And he is cycling lands.
There's another
cyclers. And Dryad Arbor for 1.
Alright, so Knight is going to give him a threat next turn, but man, Alex has been just getting pinged by a Dryad Arbor. He's got to feel good about his position here.
Yeah, I'd be pretty happy in this position if I were Alex.
Right, think what could have happened by now. You could have had all kinds of things happening to you. Oh, Enlightened Tutor into turn. So, I am no scientist, but I think he's going to go get a counterbalance.
No, he's going to go with Rest in Peace.
All right, well, good thing he knows his deck better than me. So Rest in Peace definitely better than Counterbalance here. I think he is making a joke about it, more of a sad times joke. As we talked about earlier, Rest in Peace is really tough for Jeff to beat, especially because he could have had, if he had Black Mana, think about that, he would have had Dark Confidant out by now, and the game would have been a little different. But now he is really in trouble.
All right, so there you see the Rest in Peace off the top, and immediately plopped into play, removes all graveyards from the game, and now, not only does Rest in Peace help Alex a great deal against half of Jeff's strategy, or a major portion of Jeff's strategy of, the Life from the Loam engine, right. It also is half of another combo in Alex's counterbalance deck, and that's Helm of Obedience.
Right, so now I can just dead him at any point.
If he draws Helm of Obedience, he can just kill Jeff out of nowhere.
Well, Chalice for 1 comes out. Better late than never. I mean, what's worse? What happens since then? Enlightened Tutor, Divine Top. So it's kind of like, it's one of those cards where you play 4 in Legacy. You hope to have one in opener. If you don't, at least you can play your Dark Confidant early with a Mox. He didn't have that. He didn't even have the black. So Jeff's been holding Dark Confidant and a dead Devastating Dreams.
Yeah, since the beginning of the game. So Chalice, I believe, is that still in the stack at the moment?
Yes.
So Chalice is on the stack. I think there's a
top
activation. He's taking a look at Sea of Vendilion Click. It looks like a Terminus. He's got 3 of those mains. So
and then a Divine Top.
And another top. Okay, so
it's going to resolve here, which is good news for Jeff.
No, he's going to force removing Jace.
Just kidding.
Yeah, he says, well, I guess I got to take care of it
removing Jace. So that shows you how good Chalice is, because he would rather remove Jace, which is almost a guaranteed drop. I guess he doesn't have land on top, so he knows he can't play Jace.
Yeah, he's
right away.
Figuring he's going to have to.
He should. I think I've been doing click myself here. Uh,
He knows what the next card is.
Right, right. He needs to filter through
It's
because
Terminus. If
think,
that was click, then that was Terminus. You know?
Right. I don't think he cares about what Jeff has at this point. More or less, he doesn't want. He's stuck on 3 land here. Oh, and could be.
Knight of the Reliquary.
Right. He didn't play
from Jeff.
He didn't
and
play.
That resolves. Looks like top is spinning there. He
Right,
puts a land on top there.
He didn't play click, so because if he's going to play click, he would do it during Jeff's draw step to prevent the Knight of the Reliquary from hitting play. But he has a Terminus here, so.
Yeah, he doesn't put the Terminus. Right. He doesn't use the Terminus yet, so finds an island in the top 3, draws it for his turn, plays it, and passes back.
Are you sure this has been doing clicks?
I'm almost positive it was a click. Now think about this. That Knight of the Reliquary is not that scary. It's a 2/2.
Right.
It can't get bigger.
Right, absolutely.
I mean, he can giant growth it, but I don't think he plays that.
No.
It's not a blitz plays that.
Yeah, no giant growth.
Getting it mixed up.
Definitely just a 2/2, but then again, look at Alex's life total.
Sure, it's a 2/2 is better than a 1/1.
Right,
and,
right.
In addition to a 1/1, it's nice. I'm just saying it's not the Knight of the Reliquary you're used to seeing.
Right, absolutely.
It is.
And he does have a Terminus, so at any point he can bottom both those creatures.
Yeah.
I think the reason why I play click, though, myself, would be to filter through and get rid of that second Divining Top, which I would have drawn instead of whatever card he did draw there, and then get some pressure on the board, and he can just block whenever he wants to and trade. Or he probably can outrace him after drawing maybe one more creature to pair it up, or a Sword of Plowshare or something like that.
So he spins top, draws a Force of Will off the top, I believe. He is clearly not too afraid of the knight.
No, as he should not be. But neither Reliquary can get some sweet lands like a black land, so he can play his Dark Confidant.
And that's something, yeah.
I don't think I would play if I was him. You got to be expecting.
Yeah, Alex has been spinning top and
some wrath here.
You know.
All right, he's just
is there a split
sleeve here.
Okay. Got to replace the sleeve there. Just like NASCAR, just pulling over, making a pit stop, getting changing tires.
Yeah, reach inside the scarf, grab a spare sleeve, and continue.
There you go. I'm gonna shuffle. So, Knight of the Reliquary activated finds a black mana source, and wow.
All right.
Splitting sleeves all over the place. This
Maybe
is
we should not be double sleeving here. See, you just gotta go and raw dog it. It's fun. I'm gonna come next week to the old no sleeve. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I think somebody's gonna make you put the sleeves.
Why? What? Mark cards?
On.
It's just legacy.
Yes.
They're newish.
New-esque.
Oh, a chalice is a pretty good draw here. Probably gonna eat a force. But here comes the attack, which should be Terminus. No, maybe that's not a card.
And now we have that chalice again, and Alex has the opportunity to remove a Vendilion click and Force of Will that chalice. It is a chalice on 1 yet again. Alex now on 8 life after that attack.
Alex is playing very, very conservatively. He's really not doing much. He's allowing his life to kind of just dwindle. He's letting, and now he's down again to. He put both those in his graveyard. Obviously, the clicks removed.
Both are removed.
Oh, that's RG.
Yeah, everything is removed. There is no graveyard. Right?
You see that glaring enchantment right there? That's a rest in peace.
Yes, it is.
Could be a Luminarch Ascension.
Now you
due
see
to the angelic appearance of it on our screen here.
Now you see the Terminus on top, going to stop the beats at 7 life.
Right. So it's end the turn.
Draw and plays top, and passes back. And right off the top, Knight of the Reliquary. Is that good? Okay, I'm going to cast it. Says Jeff.
Now, do you think the Devastating Dreams, when would that be a good play? Because he has 6 land to Alex's 4 land. So, if he were to do it for 4 at some point, he could easily come back with 2 land. I don't know if Alex can come back with 0 land.
That's a good point.
Well, he played the knight, so now I wouldn't do it. But think about the time before. If you held it and then do it this turn, it's risky. Because if he has a counterspell, you were just blown out there.
Yeah, so knight attacks Alex down to 5. Alex draws for the turn. Looks like he found a fetch land. Yeah, it looks like a flooded strand, which we're going to see here. There's a brainstorm in Alex's hand as well.
We were kind of good in our pre-matchup analysis about Chalice. He's wasted 2 forces and
He
removed
agrees,
Jace
apparently.
Mind Sculptor and Vendilion Click to stop a Chalice from hitting the board. And he has a third of the 1-drops that the poor 12-post player had, unfortunately.
Yeah, and unfortunately for the 12-post player, he did not have a way to answer the Chalice.
No force on his future here.
All right, so looks like Volcanic Island for Alex off of the Flooded Strand, and that will give him a fresh top 3 cards, which, you know, he's been looking every turn at his top 3 with the Sensei's Divining Top. We also know he has a Brainstorm. So Brainstorm fetch land, very nice interaction. If you don't remember from Standard a few years ago, Jace the Mind Sculptor and fetch lands in the same format.
Pretty good stuff there.
Yeah. So,
all right, so topping here.
Going to top, see what he has, and there is a Swords to Plowshares.
See a white card.
It's
the
the
island.
Swords, and I don't know what the middle card was, but there's definitely Swords to Plowshares there. He says, go.
Alright, Wasteland incoming. He's been waiting to do that for a while.
Your thing, he's gonna tap it for mana. I think he just passed, so okay.
Here, down
here we have,
to... nope, he's going to sword here.
Yeah, he's going to use top to find the Swords to Plowshares, to deal with the Knight of the Reliquary.
Put him at 22. Okay, so Jeff has Devastating Dreams
and Dark Confidant.
And Dark Confidant. So he's going to go with the Dark Confidant, obviously. And
he also has a Mox Diamond.
Right. Look how low Alex is, and look how bad Jeff's hand's been. I'm amazed at how close this is, with Jeff putting up barely any pressure. He had a 1/1 for a while, and then a 2/2 vanilla creature. He had a Grey Ogre attacking. So it's tough to see. It's kind of hard if you just jump into this match. You think that Jeff's been really walloping him. Jeff has not done much to put Alex this low, so maybe this matchup's even more difficult for Alex than I thought it was initially.
On the other hand, as I believe it was Shaheen Sarani mentioned yesterday, you used your life as a resource, and Alex could have dealt with some of those creatures at any point, but he let Jeff's Dryad Arbor hit him significantly, and then he took a couple hits from the Knight of the Reliquary. Yeah. So
9 times out of 10 I'll agree, but then again he terminus the same 2 again that he took, so he didn't actually gain any advantage from killing those. If one more creature were to enter, in hindsight of course, and I would definitely agree, but he ended up dealing with them as quickly as what was on top there? Wasn't that just another? It was junk, wasn't it? It was a counterbalance and a couple land. So I thought it was a counterbalance.
There was definitely a counterbalance in there. So Dark Confidant has now knocked Alex to 1 life.
Yeah, I think it's counterbalance 2 land. That is not going to help him here. He's going to die, unless he hits something off his Brainstorm here, that 3rd card.
And it's a Detention Sphere.
Okay,
so
he's got an answer. The last card there. 1 life. But he's going to have... Oh, he can't play both the Sphere and the counterbalance. Yeah. So he's got the Sphere here. And if I'm Alex and I draw, no matter what I draw here, if it's not a creature, I think we have Devastating Dreams and at least destroy 3 or 4 of his land here, however many cards Jeff has in his hand. Adam can't really think about this. He only has 1 play. He has the Detention Sphere, though.
Yeah, he's trying to decide what to put back. He knows he has to keep the Sphere, but he's trying to figure it out.
You definitely put the land back, because if he knows Jeff's playing Devastating Dreams, and you don't want to have to sack land for no reason.
So and that looks like exactly what he did, he's going to put 2 lands back.
Right, that's what...
And he has Sphere in hand and Counterbalance in hand, so I think, he is considering Devastating Dreams, and he's realizing that he's probably not going to be able to... He's going to lose the Counterbalance. So, Detention Sphere resolves, removes Dark Confidant.
Okay.
And,
so, he can do for 5 when he draws. Good lord. Alright, so he has another Reliquary Knight, though, so I think he's just going to play another Reliquary again. He's at 1 life. Everything he plays might as well be a 15-15.
And there's a sword.
So we live again. Live and breathe
on
by
the
the
edge
last
of our
card.
seats.
Yep, this is good.
I gotta get on the edge of my seat so I can actually be what I said I was.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable. I'll let you do that. So sword again here. Jeff, I don't think Jeff's in a bad spot still, because he can still at will Armageddon here. At least destroy enough to
How
make
many
it bad.
knights is that? I believe Alex has destroyed at least 3, if not all 4 knights of the reliquary.
Yeah, it's a lot. Now
there is, although I think at least one was Terminus, so it's still in the library.
I think Jeff said go. He could have Mox Diamond here, blown up 4 land. What's that card he drew? So quick.
Let's see. He is quick. He's got a pair of Mox Diamonds. He's got a Grove of the Brimwell. He's got abrupt decay, which is nice against counterbalance.
Yeah. Alex can get right back in this game unless. Oh man, I forgot about that.
And yeah, abrupt decay.
Because you see how the Dark
Detention
Confidence
Sphere.
and the Art Rest in Peace removed from game pile when it's
Right.
linked to the Detention Sphere.
Exactly. So that's going to resolve. Dark Confidant's going to come back. And this is, of course, at the end of Alex's turn. So,
he's going to hopefully top here and look for an answer. Nope, he's going to go right to upkeep and get a draw card here. Another Abrupt Decay. That's a fantastic draw because it deals with the counterbalance if he wants to or the Rest in Peace to start filling in the graveyard. And
yeah, Alex can't find an answer. And that was really close. The other thing that I think was not working in Alex's favor, you know, he had all that time, but he wasn't really seeing a lot of cards. He kept seeing the same top 3. You know, you look at the top 3,
right,
and then you draw a card, and now you're looking at the top 3, but
right.
You're only really looking at the next card down.
Yeah,
you're seeing one deeper.
He did fetch land twice that game.
Right, there were a couple times he did that, but you know, you saw he had to remove his Jace earlier for Force of Will, so you know,
right.
He didn't get a Jace online. I think that's another thing he was.
You know what I think I would have done?
Digging for Helm of Obedience.
I think I would have let the original challenge resolve, played Jace Mind Sculptor, because he did have a 4th land on top, which you didn't see, or at least a 4th land, and just figure out a way to beat that challenge for 1. Because Jace the Mind Sculptor, he's a pretty darn good way to beat the challenge for 1.
Yeah.
Because he's Jace the Mind Sculptor. So.
Yeah, it'll help you find some answers.
Or just Fate Seal.
Yep, it can be a win condition on its own. Yeah, so we have some more trivia. And since we are in the semifinals, we're giving away 6 months of Star City Games Premium. So we're going to ask you guys a question. You guys tweet your answer with the hashtag SCG Premium. And we will choose one correct answer at random to win the 6 months of SCG Premium. So let's see, we did this one. We have our trivia questions written down here. So we did this one already. How about
can they see it from there? Do
they? I don't think they can see it. We don't have. There's no camera up there. We're good. All right. How's this one? This one's another fairly easy one. We'll save a little more difficult for the finals. Why don't we go with this one?
Can we alter to the number 1? See if they can, or whoever's closest to that number.
I think we need to just stick
we're
with
going,
something
we're going
simple.
Super easy. Okay.
Well, I don't know if it's super easy.
I think it's pretty daggone easy.
We had a pretty big event this weekend.
Okay.
But what we want to know is what city holds the record for the largest SCG Open ever? And that's the question. I think they can figure that out. You can Google it.
I think my wife, who's been watching, should try to guess at this one too.
So she can get premium for life.
So we get premium for life. And any of my friends watching at home, we should really tweet and try to figure this one out. I'll give you a hint. It's easy. Is that okay?
That's
that good? That hint's okay.
The trick question. There's no such thing. I don't know. There's no such thing as what?
Can't
I have
yell
no
at me.
idea.
Can't yell at me anymore. Can't fire me. Okay, so we are shuffling up for game 2. Not to sound like a broken record, but I think this matchup is in Jeff's favor. I think on a very mediocre draw of Jeff's, even though Alex's draw wasn't fantastic as well, but Jeff's was really bad. Jeff said go with a Dryad Arbor attacking for like 4 turns. There's nothing worse than that. Alex was topping and playing things and Rest in Peace in and forcing things, and it's to the point where Alex really has to have that draw where he's like counterbalance top early or Rest in Peace early, and then actually land a Jace instead of using it for force fodder. I think no matter what Jeff did there, I think he couldn't have removed that Jace because he left himself with the mercy of the top of his deck, and he had no shuffle effect at that point. So if your top of your deck's not, having fortuitous outcomes for you, those top 3, then you're going to be at the mercy of a grizzly bear that he plays, or a gray ogre in that case, that just beat him down for 6 turns or 7 turns.
Yeah, another thing to point out, and this is something that I'm seeing more and more in some of these Miracles lists, is just 3 copies of Jace.
Right.
Instead of 4. I feel like that card is important enough to have 4 of.
Yeah, I like 3 just because...
You're just wrong.
I'm a 3 man. I'm actually so right. It's sad.
You have 1 on the board that you can wish for. Is that what it is? Planeswalker wish. I don't even know.
4 was good. 4 was good in standard. When a card's really busted, people play 4 in standard. In Legacy, 4 is like 8. There's so many in your deck. And
I think Alex would have liked to draw a second
in that
Jace.
matchup, absolutely.
Maybe he should have played 4.
Against Goblins, though, man, you have a couple Jace in your hand, you are dead. That card is
it's just game
horrendous.
1.
Board out all your Jaces.
There you go.
All right, Jeff, turn 1 Alex land, turn 1 Jeff, Green Sun for 1. Okay, I think I saw a black land in Jeff's hand. We're not going to have a similar debacle here. I think Alex will spell pierce this. No, he's not. He's going to save that for the Chalice.
And there you see Dryad Arbor into play off of the Green Sun Zenith.
You could sword this, hypothetically, if you had a sword.
And Jeff splitting sleeves left and right. That's the 3rd one we've seen just this match. And we are a turn deep into game 2. Alright, so planes from Alex.
Trying to see hands here. Alex, ever so tough to catch a glimpse of. Both players flipping pretty quick. So we have another Reliquary here. He might play. We got a Mox, of course, first. He has Abrupt Decay, Neither Reliquary, Devastating Dreams. And he's going to tap 3 and he's going to play Knight. I think it's going to resolve because Alex has a few removal spells. And here's one of them. He has Sword, he has Detention Sphere, Spell Pierce, couple land. Can't really see the rest. Jeff has Woodland Thicket. Alright, so Scalding Tarn for Alex. Crack. And not sure what he's doing on 3 mana. He has a Detention Sphere, but there's no real target for it. So he's going to tap 2 here, and he might Rest in Peace. I think he announced Rest in Peace. I see everyone moving their things to the RFG area, and that is
Rest in Peace.
That is Rest in Peace. Jeff has Abrupt Decay, so he can get rid of it. I don't know how much of a hurry he is to do it. I think it's never a bad thing to get your deck back and running.
Trying to get a reasonable look at Jeff's hand. His is fast
Look at
too.
white card, Thalia. Okay, it's Thalia. He chooses not to play Thalia, so he is going to go with the Abrupt Decay.
Does he have
plan here.
Loam in hand too?
Yeah. He's going to go Abrupt Decay here like we thought, because Thalia would have been a decent play too.
It'll make the Abrupt Decay cost more too.
He's asking if the Abrupt Decay is removed from game, and it is not. The Abrupt Decay is on the stack. Rest Piece is destroyed. Abrupt Decay goes to the graveyard. Right. See other things.
You do. That was very good.
A couple things. Not
Right,
too many
Tranquil
things.
Thicket is cycled here.
Okay, so he's gonna. I think he has another Devastating Dream. I think he has both in his hand. That's a Burning Wish.
Okay.
Dark Confidant added. He's gonna be Vendoing clicked, and here we go. We get to see his hand.
All right.
2
So
Burning Wish, Devastating Dreams, Dark Confidant, Thalia. All 2-drops.
So there was no Knight of the Reliquary. I thought you mentioned that.
Oh no,
Before.
on the other side, he had it already. Got sorted.
That's why. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
I didn't
Yes.
cross out the swords or the knight. I'm sitting here trying to write down the players' hands as we see
Right,
them,
yeah.
the glimpses we get. So,
Yeah, Joey's trying to paint a picture for us here.
right. So we've got Bob, Double Burning Wish, Devastating Dreams, And of course, Thalia. So he doesn't have loam.
No. So he chooses to take out the... I didn't see what he clicked. What did he click?
It was a Burning Wish, because he had double Burning Wish.
Okay, so he got a Burning Wish, and he's going to... No, he's actually casting the Burning Wish. Did he say did he just choose none of them? He didn't. Yeah, he chose none of them, I guess. He chose to elect to not remove a card. And I guess that's okay, because I guess he doesn't want to draw a land to play 2 of his 2 spells here.
And Thoughtseize now on the stack here. Alex
Now,
responds with a fetch land.
there is one huge negative about Devastating Dreams that people might not know that are just tuning in. These cards you discard are at random, and that's another reason why he didn't do it the last game, because being at random makes it so you can't cast it unless you are either behind or it's going to win you the game. Like, even though, wouldn't it be great to do it for 4 there, and discard 4 random cards and get rid of all of his land of Undoing Click and have still have a Mox? That'd be great, but it's random, so you really can't do it just at will here. All right, we have news here. Eric Rill wins 2-0.
And that is against your prediction.
Okay, so no, Eric Rill is Rug.
Yeah,
Rug
you
player.
thought Elves had
Right.
that match.
Oh well, there you go. Rug will go against the fray here and beat Elves. Not very often that happens, but it's happened here.
Jeff now has that Thalia in play.
So what happened was a Thoughtseize and a Thalia.
And Vendilion Click's going to keep going to town here. Something is squeaking on the table here. I don't know what that is.
Not me.
Alright, so a Brainstorm from Alex.
For 2. Not the best deal. I'll still play it though in standard.
Yeah?
I'll pay 2 for a Brainstorm.
Sure. Finds a Tundra, finds a Force of Will, finds a middle card that is hard to see. It's hard to keep track of these players' hands.
Right. We don't need to. We pretty much just need to keep a gist of it.
Yeah.
I think.
I was trying to keep track, but you know what happens is Brainstorm happens, and then it's like, oh, I knew what was in there.
Right.
Now I have no
pretty
idea.
much. Especially when they start thinking long and hard, we need to know kind of what decisions to be made.
Right.
But this are playing at such a brisk pace that we just have to keep up here. Thalia is going to, like we said earlier, it's a great sideboard card against Alex's deck. The Miracles deck is dependent on lots of land, and that's why they play 7 basics, so they can guarantee to hit all those mana or lands and do those things. All right, so Caracas. That's an answer to have been doing quick. It's not the greatest answer. I mean, do you want to continuously be clicked?
Right.
I mean, he's definitely gonna use it, especially if he has, a slew of decent spells here. Dark Confidant joins the ranks. Now Alex is facing down quite an army.
Yeah, Alex, I believe he has in-hand Detention Sphere and Enlightened Tutor and a land, potentially, or maybe just 2 cards.
Do you think Jeff should board out Devastating Dreams? Even if
Look
it's a
at
miracle?
that. It's a miracle.
Maybe Jeff should board out Devastating Dreams because he's unwilling to pitch his cards to prevent like these miracles and stuff, to prevent the miracle player from having these lands, and it's just sitting in his hand. It might not be something he wants to do.
He is entreating the angels. Of course, he has to pay an additional 1
So it's
for
only
the Thalia, so he's getting 2 guys. So this is a little Broodmage Dragon.
Yeah.
2 4/4s, but that's a hefty little army. 2 different angels. Look at that.
Right. I think I would have bounced click there, unless he's playing some Devastating. This might be the time. He could do it for he can do it for 4 now. So yeah, he's actually gonna have to.
So Mox Diamond off the Bob for free.
He's going to bounce his own Thalia to his hand, and then he's going to Devastating Dreams here.
He could lose that Thalia with the Devastating Dreams, by the way.
Right, but he's
It's
going to
still
bring it to his
potential.
hand anyway, just for more fodder.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, okay. So you're thinking he's intentionally losing
Right,
it. I
right.
thought you were trying to save it.
No, and
Yeah.
here comes the attack. He knows what's going to happen here. Well, he's going to have to bounce. Now he has to bounce it due to Thalia preventing him from casting the spell unless he taps the Caracas. I think he's going to bounce it here.
So Angels both getting in front of Bob
He's not
and
bouncing
Thalia.
it. He's not bouncing it, so he's going to just let it die.
The thing is,
Letting it die
now
is-
the Angels have damage on them. Each have 2 damage on them. So,
Oh, yeah.
so the
Now he can only
Devastating
have
Dreams
some-
does not need to be as large, although it's not
I
going
think
to
he's
destroy as many of Alex's
I
lands.
think he should do it for the max anyway.
It looks like he's going for the
He
max.
should have bounced Thalia to his hand. He would have at least a card left in his hand. Oh, doesn't matter
And
anyway.
Force of Will removing the Tension Sphere. And
That's enough.
that's,
That's enough.
yeah, sometimes the dreams can be devastating
That card is way too risky in this match.
the other way. Yeah, the wrong person's dreams were devastated. So
Right.
put up Devastating Dreams up so that people can see the ridiculous card that this is. It's a red card from Torment. It's a rare. Now the key part of the card are the first few words there. As an additional cost, discard X cards at random from your hand. So you can see it right there. Jeff had to discard. He discarded his entire hand. So he pays 2 mana, and its additional cost discards his hand, and then it gets countered. And so Jeff is left empty-handed. He just completely,
Why random? Well, the other ones aren't random. Why is this one gotta be random? Too good, I guess, right?
I mean, it's a pretty good card even at
Right.
random. I mean, it wasn't at random. He knew exactly which force cards he was
yeah.
discarding at the time.
But random
so.
does prevent him from doing it earlier, and we've seen twice now where he could knock out 3 land or 4 land, but what if you got to keep one of those cards you won? Like, keep that Dark Confidant in your hand with their Mox Diamond. It would be a lot better. And that's why he hasn't really decided to use it. All right, so he might, I guess he's going to leave him in there. He wants to keep at least 1 Thoughtseize in his sideboard due to Burning Wish, and we saw him use it there. Maybe the Chainer's Edict or Dreadbore or Maelstrom Pulse, one of those might come in the main to deal with Angel tokens or Vendoing Click himself.
You think he's already probably got the Pulse in just to
Maybe.
deal with Jace?
Maybe.
I would think that's a pretty good answer to Jace. So
Usually,
at least it wasn't standard.
the best answer is you want to keep in the board or the thing. So you might have it in the board to have
just so he can wish
4
for it.
copies Burning Wish. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a scary thing, kind of like it's a double-edged sword. You have the wishes where you can tutor for whatever you need, but you're going, okay, I'm going to tutor for Maelstrom Pulse, and they're like, okay, well he's trying to hit my Jace. So
Right.
I guess I'm going to counter it. Counter the
Yep.
Go ahead, you can, or go ahead, wish.
Right.
You get this. Now I know you have this card. I know what to defend against. Unless you wish and pulse in the same turn, still vulnerable to a counterspell. 1 counterspell basically deals with 2 spells because
Right.
even though the wish resolved, you had to use the wish to get the Maelstrom Pulse, and if the Maelstrom Pulse is countered, it's you spent 2 cards.
Yeah, you're out of luck, as they say.
Yeah.
Out of luck.
So very kind of a risky thing, especially against the counterspells. So you.
All right, so we have they're peering at the deck list here. We're referring back to them. We're 33 minutes into the match, about 32 minutes, a little bit more.
Yeah, so about 15 minutes a game. That doesn't seem.
Yeah, both players are playing at
far
a
off.
very brisk pace.
Yeah.
I will still champion Jeff's deck here, and I think Jeff is going to overcome the miracles, but it might require a Mox Diamond here, land in the Chalice for 1 to really put the pressure on Alex. Try to make him solve it that way. Alright, so they're drawing their opening hands now. Let's see how good it is. Let's see if we see one of them Chalice things in his hand. I can't see it from this angle. We're about to see.
Bronson Magnan tweets, Jody Keith once told me, if you're going to dream, dream big. So there you go. Jeff, dreaming big. Backfired a little bit, but, sometimes that's what happens.
What exactly do you dream about when you have devastating dreams?
I don't know.
Like,
They looked fiery from the artwork, so looks like a turn
Chalice?
2 Chalice.
Is it going to resolve? Is it going to? Nope, there's
He's
a
got
force.
double force.
He's going to force
Brainstorm.
He's
and
gotta force
I think he's got
Yep.
force, and latent tutor, so.
it. A couple shrugs from each player. I wonder if they can hear me. I need to probably talk a little bit softer here.
Yeah, let us know, Glenn, if they can hear us. Okay, they're good? Okay. Well, you don't want to talk too loud. That's right. We can also close the door.
And we just realized little birdie, the little birdie I called Glen Bird, told us that Thalia in play would have protected Devastating Dreams if he would not attack with it. I didn't realize that either.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
All right,
Very
good
point.
call. Good call there. The Glen Meister.
All right, so
Glenzer.
brainstorm resolving here. And okay, so I thought that was 2 enlightened tutors. He's got 1 enlightened tutor and a rest in peace. You know what I want to see is rest in peace Helm of Obedience combo put together here.
Of course you do.
I mean,
Of course you want to see that.
Of course I do.
I want to see
I'm
that.
sorry, I like Jeff's deck. It's very cool, but
Well,
I like
at least
Alex's
we have our
better.
own. At least we have our own horses in this race. So
There we go.
It's
It's fun to have pick different people. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, the Miracle Man is fetching, shuffled away some junk, and he's going to retop here.
Finds a planes there.
This is all in response to a Zenith for 2.
Yeah.
Luckily for Alex, he cannot get Thalio Zenith for 2. Let's see if it resolves. Top incoming. Alright, so he's a little silly mid-cut here to make sure he had more of a say in what Alex drew. And then this will resolve. So here we go.
I was just looking at
Gaddock
Alex's
Teague.
hand, and you cut away from it.
Gaddock
So he finds
Teague,
Gaddock
the
Teague.
man, the legend,
The man, the myth, the legend.
jerk, the card that is stupid.
He's not even a mythic, but he's a legend.
He's a stupid. I don't like him.
I don't care for him either, and I'm sure Alex doesn't have a
Yeah, I'm
very-
actually all right. I changed my vote. I want to. Come on, Alex. Let's do this guy. Teague. You can't. He's using the Sith powers right now. That's how I feel. He's using some the dark side.
Yeah.
Thalias
Teague
and
is
Gaddock
certain-
Teagues, and what is
That
this?
is the
This
dark side.
Hate Bear Club over here is not good.
I like that. Hate Bear Club.
So it feels like he has a Thalia in hand.
All right, so
However,
there's a sword.
when you take a gander at Jeff's mana, he's missing a certain color.
He's also going to be missing a certain Gaddock Teague because there's Swords to Plowshares at the top of Alex's
Kill that
library.
thing.
There
Get
it
out
is.
of here. Alex is in a commanding position here because Jeff is holding again. It's like game 1. Cards he can't cast. Is that a problem with the 4-color deck? You just can't cast
It's
your
possible,
spells.
yeah. I mean,
All right, so looking at his hand, he has 1 more land. It looks like, and then just a slew of spells. I see a Rest in Peace in his hand. All right, so we're gonna have Sword Time, and we're gonna
Rest in
have
Peace.
Rest in Peace. And Alex, having all these basics to his disposal, is gonna have Island, Plains, Plains, Island, play.
yeah, he is fetching all basics here, keeping himself relatively wasteland proof. Again, he has 7 basics main deck, 5 islands, 2 plains. There are the 2 plains. So he's protecting himself from any of that shenanigans. Also, any creatures that have non-basic land walk.
Right. Yeah. You gotta. That's why I don't play Snowlands because I don't want to get zombie mushered.
There
You know?
you go.
Like, yeah, he's rough. Yeah, he can regenerate too, I think.
Rest in peace now on the battlefield. And after an attack from Gaddock Teague and Dryad Arbor, Jeff passes the turn back to Alex.
Double
who's going
wasteland,
to,
and it's
he's going to spin top during his upkeep, draws his card, and
it's another Rest in Peace, an island.
he's going to play a fetch here. He goes Arid Mesa, and I imagine, I mean, he can still hold that swords if he wants. There's nothing at the moment that he. I mean, it'd be nice to save some life points.
Yeah, last game, him taking extra damage put him at 1, which he died to an end turn abrupt decay. We can't have that happen again. Alright, drawing here. Devastating Dreams, I think he drew. Or Burning Wish. It's a red card. Here comes the attack. Sword.
Yeah, Swords to Plowshares for Gaddock Teague. I'm sure he's quite familiar with that card. He goes farming quite a bit.
Yeah, he used to
He looks kind of more like a
came from-
farmer.
Yeah, he came from the Path time, and he was Path all the time.
Yes.
In Standard, and now he's
No.
getting his due in Legacy.
Yeah. He's a
Does.
Kithkin farmer legend.
Yeah, that's where he belongs. He is a
Looks like a-
mean man.
Okay, so top shows another top, I believe a land. I didn't quite catch the third card. Alright, so Island from Alex. Passes back. He's got the Tension Sphere. I thought I saw a Terminus, but it could have just been a quick look at something else. But
so the Galaxy came in through Zenith. He just can't cast any of these cards in his hand. He has another Galaxy. He has a Wasteland, another third Wasteland,
yeah,
and a Zenith. And Jeff, his deck looks so powerful when he's able to play spells. But then we've seen 2 games in the same match where he just can't cast anything in his deck.
Yeah. So he's going to Zenith for Knight of the Reliquary. And Alex says, well, I'm going to tutor too. And I think it was going to be a tutor for Helm of Obedience. Alex just told him what was going to happen. I'm going to tutor for Helm of Obedience and kill you out of nowhere. So
yeah.
Alex takes the match off of really, I mean, that was a rough one for Jeff. But that was 2 out of 3 games.
Right.
He had issues. He got lucky. Well, I would say he got lucky the first game because even though he couldn't cast his spells, he finally got back into that. And Alex gave him a lot of windows.
Right. And I think that's a testament to the powerful cards in his deck. And it reminds me of Jund and Standard.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of powerful cards in that. Lots of powerful cards in this deck. But you're just playing a deck where you just cross your fingers and hope you can play all your spells.
Yeah.
You're playing a Dryad Arbor. You're playing a Force. He's playing a Maze of Ith. Look at these lands he's playing. Nantuko Monastery. He's playing all these lands that just can't tap for anything.
They're pretty powerful lands.
They are. They're great. But he's playing 4 Mox Diamonds, so he should be able to always have the lands he needs. However, it's Magic. Unkind things can happen to you when you try to jam it all in there.